I'm just in the middle of getting everything all set up to film the Cebu blue chop. I moved it over here and I've discovered something. I've made an unpleasant discovery, you guys. Okay, this is the leaf that caught my eye. If you can see, it's like shiny, and then I felt it and it feels like textured and sticky and weird. And then I looked a little closer and oh my goodness, there is scale all over this plant. Well, all over the lower half at least. I could see it on multiple leaves. Look at this. What in the world? What the heck? I have only had scale on a plant once, and it was years ago. Like in 2019 or 2020. I think in 2020. It was a plant that I got on Facebook Marketplace and it already had scale. So that's the only time I've dealt with it. This is just so crazy. Oh my goodness. The good thing is that it seems to mostly be affecting this lower part of the plant. And once I do the chop, we're going to be keeping the upper part. Scale truly baffles me. I'm just confused on how it even got in here. Where did you come from? How do you even move? I've never, like, I know they hunker down with their armor and everything, that's what they do, but like, just where did it come from? I can't wrap my head around this one. Like thrips, spider mites, okay, I feel like they can, you know, come in through windows, come in on clothes, on dogs, whatever, but scale? It's just such a weird one, and I just really haven't seen it all that much. So I really have this is like the Noah's Ark of houseplant pests, my house. Like 2 of every kind, please. I've got mealybugs, I've got scale, I've got spider mites, I've got flat mites, I've got thrips. Who wants to do a plant trade? Literally nobody. Well, interesting discovery. The good thing about scale is that I don't think it spreads very quickly. Also, I apologize if you hear Cadence walking around. She hasn't been feeling well for the past week, and she was sleeping, so I decided to start filming, but now she looks like she's getting in a pacey mood again. Okay, hello everybody, it's Fern. Welcome back to another Planty video. Gonna do an actual intro for this video. Actually, this is the second time I filmed an intro for this video because there was more footage that was supposed to be in here. I started filming this video, I did some poll stuff like 2 weeks ago, and I was planning on continuing that video, but I accidentally deleted the footage, unfortunately. However, we are going to persist and make this moss poll video happen. I'm planning on working with 3 different plants today, and they're fairly, wait, is it 3 plants? Yeah, 3 plants that I want to extend slash, we're doing a lot of stuff. We're doing chop and extend, we're doing a regular extend, and then we are going to be completely moving a plant from one pole to a different pole. So we'll see if we get through all of that. Hopefully we do. Like I said, there was supposed to be 2 more plants in this video. The ones that I did a couple of weeks ago, where I lost the footage, were my philodendron red Anderson. That one is now extended and she's growing really well. Maybe, I think I'm also going to give a little update on some of my pole plants. My wire poles, I wanted to give you an update on how those 3 are doing because I'm just kind of documenting my experience with the DIY wire poles. So maybe I'll show you my wire poles, and then I'll show you the 2 that I extended, which was the red Anderson and the philodendron domesticum. They're both doing amazing. The plants that we are going to be working with today are my Cebu blue, as you saw, my philodendron esqueleto, that's the one that just needs, oh wait, oh my gosh, I'm not doing a regular extension on that one. Honestly, I could. It could just keep growing really tall, but no. I'm going with my original plan. I don't know why I thought in my head I was just gonna extend it. We are actually going to be doing a chop and extend for that plant as well. Oh my goodness. So we have 2 chop and extends today. Cebu blue, monstera esqueleto, and then the one that I want to transfer to a different pole is my syngonium frosted heart, because that one's on like a what's it called? The DIY lazy pole thing. And I don't make those. I don't know how to make those. I do not have the supplies to make those. So I'm going to be taking it off of that. It's literally growing over it already. I'm going to be taking it off of that and, putting it onto just a rousseau pole. So yes, we have our work cut out for us this afternoon. I'm really hoping I'm gonna be able to get through filming this video because like I said, Cadence is sick. She's sleeping right now. But once she gets up, it's, you know, I kind of need to tend to her. So I'm really hoping that we will be able to complete all of these tasks. Okay, so we're gonna be starting with the cebu blue here. And as we saw, it has scale, mostly on the lower half. I'm still gonna clean off, oh yeah, there might be some. I'm still gonna clean off the part of the plant that I end up keeping, just, you know, to make sure. This plant is so tall now. I think it's over 6 feet tall. I'm gonna see if I can show you guys. Okay, the top of it is barely in frame, but yeah. Very, very tall, so definitely due for a chop. In fact, it's a little bit overdue for a chop. I meant to do this 2 weeks ago when I started filming the lost footage portion of this video, and then life got really busy, and now now I'm filming this at not the best time because there is a new leaf. Oh my goodness, you're not even gonna be able to see, but there is, let me give you a close-up. There is a new leaf emerging from the top there. So ideally, I would have done this chop when there was not a new leaf like halfway emerged, but that's just not the case, and I need to do it today or because it's literally growing off of the pole. So yeah, it's now or never. So pretty. We'll get a better look at the leaves up here once I chop it, and it'll be more manageable to show you. But the first thing that I have to do is just to cut the vine so that we can separate this. So I'm gonna take a closer look here. Okay, so I'm gonna keep the top 2 poles. How many poles are on here? One, oh my gosh, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5 poles, and I'm gonna be keeping the top 2. So I need to cut the vine right where the second pole ends. So that's gonna be right around here. I can see the bottom of this pole coming down to here. I think that so these are thickly poles, and I'm gonna be switching this over to a rousseau pole. They're a little bit thicker than this, like a bigger diameter. And the rousseau ones are slightly shorter, I believe, but I'm still just gonna cut it where the bottom of this pole is because I can always take a little bit more off if I need to, if this is making sense. So I guess I'm gonna cut it. Why don't I do it right below this leaf? Okay, going in for the snip. Oh boy. I don't know why I chose my smallest pair of snippers for this job. Oh my goodness, it looks like there's a massive root going down into here. Okay, I'm gonna put this on the ground and we're gonna open up these poles and then try to save the roots, because the more roots I can save, the better. Okay, I'm making a big mess here on the floor, but we're just rolling with it. So I have my top portion that we're gonna be keeping, and oh my goodness, it is so beautiful. I love this plant so much. So this is the newest leaf that I wanted to show you a little bit closer. So gorgeous. It's actually still hardening off. This thing just grows like a weed. Like you can see, it's already pushing out a new leaf. I have no idea what to expect when it comes to how cranky this thing is going to be from this. There's tons of roots in the pole, but I am messing with it a lot. I did cut some roots off. I've salvaged like a decent amount of roots, I would say, considering how many roots there is in the pole still and everything. But I am going to be completely taking this off the pole. I'm going to do that right now. So I need to unbuckle this all, and then I'm going to be transferring it onto a new pole. So it is quite disruptive, but it's just what I want to do. And this is a very tough plant, so I'm just going to cross my fingers and hope that it will be fine. So let's just unbuckle it now. Okay, good. Okay, so I'm gonna keep the roots in this moss and everything. There's no need to change this moss out. So I'm just gonna, as gently as possible, try to remove this. Ooh, that's a nice root right there. Okay, get this out of here, get this out of here. So I'm gonna be using 3 moss poles, 2 to cover the plant that we already have, and then 1 extension on top for it to grow onto. So I'm just gonna start folding these all. So I'm just gonna add a bit of moss to the back of these because I think it's gonna need a bit more moss. Okay, we'll see how that goes. So I'm gonna start with the bottom part. Now these roots are just gonna get potted into the pot, but the rest of the plant is gonna go into the pole. This probably isn't gonna look perfect, but I think it's gonna be fine. Okay, I'm gonna attempt to close this up. We'll see how it goes. Oh my goodness, I think it's working. Oh shoot, there's a leaf in here. No, get out. Okay. I think I might need a little bit more moss at the top there, but otherwise it actually looks really good. Okay, that actually went surprisingly smoothly. Now, it might be a little bit tricky to get the second one on because I need to slide it into the first one a little bit. So I'm just gonna try to figure that out. Actually, we need to put a little bit of moss in here first. Oh, I'll just go around it. I think that's gonna work the best. So, I wish I had a better view for y'all. But I'm gonna try to close this around this top one. I was thinking that I was gonna try to go squeeze it inside, but around might be better. We'll see if I can do that. Oh my gosh, I closed it. Okay, let's see if I can close the rest now. Okay, dare I say this is actually going better than I thought it was going to. I'm kind of surprised. I mean, we'll see how the plant does, but I actually think I need a touch more moss in this spot. Okay, it is on the new pole. That honestly went pretty well, which I feel like normally things go the opposite way for me, so very good. Now I'm gonna get this potted up into some Molly's aeroid mix because these are just getting dry here, so I wanna get this potted up and then we're gonna extend the top. Just gonna be using this 5 or 6-inch pot. Okay, I'm gonna fill the bottom. Oh shoot. Oh my gosh, I think I might have just damaged the new leaf. Oh yeah, shoot. Ah, I just dragged the new leaf on the floor and I can see that it's damaged now. No. Well, things were going really well up until now. That's okay. It's fine. It's fine. This is why I didn't want to do it when an emergent was coming out, but it is what it is. I'm gonna put just a little bit on the bottom. Then stick this in. Okay, my battery died, so I actually just went ahead and finished repotting this, and I watered it through with some Super Thrive water and then popped it back on the pole support. And this is what it looks like. I actually think that it looks so cute. It's so little now. Oh my goodness. What a little cutie patootie. So yeah, we'll see how it does. Like I said, that new leaf unfortunately got damaged. I knew that was gonna happen, but I'm probably gonna add 2 more extensions on here before I chop and extend again. So by then I should have many beautiful, healthy new leaves to make up for that. So hopefully this just continues to grow well for me. It is the best time of year to be doing something like this. So yeah, my fingers are crossed and I'll keep you guys updated. I just put it back in its spot. It looks a lot different now because it's so small. It used to go up really tall, and I used to have the Sansi clip light like clipped onto the top of my tree lamp, shining onto the top of it because the tree lamp was too short to really provide the top of it with any light. But now that she's a little shorty down here, and now that we have a more stable pole with the Rousseau pole, I was able to just clip my Sansi light onto the back of the pole here and shine it onto... Oops, I'm kicking things over. Shine it onto the top of the plant, and I just think that that is such a great setup. So yeah, I just wanted to share that because it's actually not getting, I mean, now it's the afternoon. This plant mostly gets morning light because the sun comes in from this direction, but now the sun's coming in from behind it, so it's shining, you know what I mean? So the grow light will really help a lot. Okay, so the next gal that we are going to be working with today is my beautiful Monstera esqueleto. I love her so much. She is my baby, my child. I did indeed birth her. And look at this, a new leaf on the way. We are going to be trying very, very hard to not damage that because I will cry if it gets damaged. But again, we're in a situation where it just needs to be done. We need to do an extension. And we are also going to be chopping. So here's what I'm gonna do with this one. I'm going to chop. We're gonna leave, again, 2 poles worth. And then I'm gonna be taking a cutting from the lower portion that we're gonna be potting up with the new, or the like top half of the plant. Because I want maybe 3, at least 2, maybe 2 or 3 plants growing in this because it's beautiful and it has big leaves, but you can see it's a little bit sparse. So I would love to just have this be a little bit bushier. I'll show you how tall she is compared to me. Okay, so here she is. As you can see, she is substantial in size, which I really appreciate. So hopefully this goes well. I'm very new to this extension process. I've only done 1 chop and extend before, and it was with a DIY, like wire, not wire. What? Oh my gosh. Sorry. I thought that one of my pings had like a big crazy bloom, but it was actually a bloom that fell off of my lipstick plant on top of a ping. So you got me. Let me show you what I saw. Do you see that ping? Okay, so I think I'm actually gonna do the extension first. I just feel like that kind of makes more sense. Then I'll do the chop and we'll repot it and everything. But yeah, I'm just gonna pop an extension on there real quick. The good thing about this one is that it's already on a rousseau pole, so I don't have to do that again. And I'll probably never have to do that again because I'm exclusively using rousseau poles for my closed back pole plants. Just because it's easier for them to all be the same, and yeah, just for this kind of stuff like extending and everything. So, and they're just my favorite poles. I love how wide they are. I love that they open at the front. They're super sturdy. I have had 0 issues. Oh yeah, I still have to give you an update on the wire poles and everything. Maybe we'll do that next. We'll take a little break from the chores portion and I'll show you. Okay, so this is an easy one. I'm just gonna pop it right in. There we go. Literally done. And I'm just gonna fill it with moss. I mean, I guess this part is kind of annoying since it's so tall now, but whatever. Oh my gosh, I'm dropping moss everywhere. Okay, I wish we could just be done here, but unfortunately, we have to do the choppy chop now. Okay, I definitely needed heavier duty shears. I'm going to cut, oh my goodness, we're too high still. Okay, I'm gonna cut right basically here. Can you see that? Just under this petiole right here. I'm just lining up my cut with the bottom of the pole that I want to be the base. Okay, I guess I'm just going in and cutting it. I guess I'm just going in. Oh my gosh. Oh, I don't even think I got through it all. It's hard to cut. She's thick. Okay. I don't even know if I'm doing this in the right order, but let's take this off. Okay, I'm gonna get it off of this. Am I gonna have to lay it down again? What's the procedure? What's the procedure? Oh, she's gonna fall down if I don't lay her down. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna lay her down. I do not want to risk damaging that new leaf though. Okay, I have prepared the operating table.
That one's gigantic already.
I know, well I already extended it, but now I need to chop the bottom off. Oops. Oh dear. Okay, this is the way to do it because now oh my gosh, the new leaf is hanging over the edge of the table, so I'm not gonna crush it again. So now I'm just gonna try to open this up and get as many roots as possible out for this top portion. Honestly, I think I'm gonna reuse this soil mix too, so I'm just gonna save all these pieces that are coming out. Okay, hello and welcome to this clip that is way too long, so I just speed it up to 20 times speed because it literally took me for freaking ever to get this plant off of here. Oh my goodness, you guys. This type of moss pole stuff, this is honestly a lot of cleanup, very long process, but it was worth it in the end. So I'm just trying to remove the lower portion and remove the lower leaves. I ended up cutting between each node because I am going to be keeping a couple of these cuttings to pot up with the top part of the pole, like I said. So I'm trying to remove these cuttings while keeping the roots nice. I had to whip out my automatic sprayer because it's much easier to remove sphagnum moss when it's really wet. So I had to keep wetting it with that. But yeah, I'm basically just trying to get all this moss off while keeping the roots nice, but the moss was very packed because it's been inside this pole and it's full of roots now. So yeah, very tedious, but we ended up getting it all off. So this is what the roots look like for the top half of the pole. I'm just gonna pot this part up now. It still has a lot of roots in the pole as well, so I'm hoping that this is gonna be just fine. I'm going in with my Molly's mix again for this one. I think this is my last bag of Molly's that I'm on, which is kind of sad. I've been using it like crazy, like pretty much all my repots I've been using Molly's, but I'm probably gonna have to use my DIY mix for a little while because I have already spent a lot of money on Molly's this year. So these plants should consider themselves lucky. Here I am putting the cuttings into here. They actually had so many roots, so hopefully they'll push out vines and I can attach them to the pole as well sometime soon. Yeah, the bottom of this plant is looking nice and lush now, so I can only imagine how beautiful it's going to be when they all start growing up and filling out. I mean, that's probably a long time away, but better to get started now than later. Does that make any sense? Anyways, okay, here we go. Okay, so here's what the esqueleto is looking like. It's so small. Oh my gosh, it's so small. It's weird to see. And I also think I'm gonna have to face this a different way for a while because all of the leaves, as you can see, are just going towards the window there. But yeah, hopefully, again, this will just settle in and be fine. Luckily, the new leaf stayed unscathed, thankfully. But yeah, really excited to see this one size up, and yeah, again, I'll just keep you guys posted whenever I do updates. My hair is slowly unraveling from my little buns as the video goes on. So now I'm gonna give you my little moss pole update on the ones that I did a couple of weeks ago where I lost the footage. First of all, we have my variegated domesticum. This philodendron grows like a freaking weed. It just settled in so quickly after being imported, and it's just been growing ever since. There's so many roots in the moss pole. It's just full of roots. Like, this thing is crazy. This is the extension I put on, and literally, like, there's roots. It's only been about 2 weeks and there's roots all up in there, and it's put out this nice big leaf. Well, it's not really variegated, so is it nice? Questionable. I actually broke off. It had a really nice variegated leaf right here, like really highly variegated. This is a nice one too. It has some really nice ones, but I broke that off the other day. It snapped because this was too close to the window and I opened the window. So I'm gonna see how this grows for me variegation wise. If it just ends up reverting, I'm gonna cut it back down to here where we have this nice variegation down in this lower part. Hopefully it will just pop out some more variegation for me though, because I would like to be able to just keep growing it upwards. Obviously, this was the second last leaf, so that one's not bad. It's also giving me this weird mutant leaf right now. It has like 2 tips to it. Do you see that? Is it focusing? I can't tell. So I'm curious to see what that's gonna look like when it unfurls. But overall, this plant is doing amazing and just climbing up for me, which is great. Okay, and then the second one that I did was the Philodendron Red Anderson, and again, it's pretty much the same situation. I just added a second extension onto it, and it is already growing up into this extension as well. Not as many roots, but there is some in there, which is good. This plant is so beautiful. Oh my goodness, I love it. I mean, mine doesn't look amazing right now, but I can really see the potential here, and I love the variegation that this particular one that I have has. The newest leaf is beautiful. If you can see that. Oh my gosh, I just dumped water all over myself. There's like a little bit of water in this tray right here. Okay, let's do it this way. So there is the new leaf there. So pretty, and definitely the biggest leaf that I've gotten on this plant. So really loving that. There's also, as you can see, another one on the way, so I'm excited for that one. And yeah, it's doing great. So that's all I have to say about her. Okay, and then I wanted to do a quick update on my moss pole, my wire moss poles that we did. I'll link the video in the description box if you didn't see it, when I tried out making these DIY wire poles for the first time and struggled my way through it. But the plants are settling in fairly well. So I have 3 cuttings on each of them. This one is the Philodendron verrucosum. All of the cuttings have given me a leaf, I believe. Yeah, and they're all working on new ones as well. So I'm really excited to see what this plant is going to look like in the next few months, because I love Philodendron verrucosum so much, and I'm really dedicated to growing this out to be a nice plant. I did add on some greening pins to attach it to the pole, and I'm not entirely sure if it's rooted in yet. It might be down here. I did put the Velcro tape for the first nodes that I wanted to have against there, because it just holds them really nice and close, and I feel like that helps with getting it to root in. But yeah, it's doing good so far. And then we have my Jaccinia pothos, which is looking so much better than it was when we first put it on the pole, because now the leaves are actually all facing forward, so that is great. I have had a couple of new leaves as well, especially on this middle one. This was a new leaf, and it's working on another one, pushing another one out right now, so I'm super excited about that. And I've also recently gotten new leaves on both of the other vines as well, so all 3 of them are growing. I need to move. I think this one can actually be moved towards the pole now. I'm gonna have to go in with my little pins and make sure that they're all gonna climb up. But yeah, she's doing so great, and I'm so excited about this one. This one might be the one that I'm the most excited about out of all of them, which is kind of funny because these philodendron that I have on poles here are some of my all-time favorite plants, but I'm just so curious about this one. I'm really into the climbing epipremnum thing right now, so yeah, really stoked on this. And then the one that has sized up the most already, it's actually crazy just how quickly this plant sizes up. It is my Philodendron Splendid, and as you can see, we have a couple of new leaves. This one, actually this isn't even, like, this is pretty much hardened off now. Oh my goodness, I need to pin it onto the pole again. Yeah, I need to. But look at this leaf, like, it is so pretty. I could not believe it when I saw that coming out. It's just crazy how quickly these mature. It's such a stunning plant. The new leaves are gorgeous and bronzy like that. That's another nicely sized one right there. It's just unfurling, so it's not hardened off or anything. It's going to get bigger than that. I also need to do some adhering to the pole with this one, probably next time I water. Usually when I water these is when I check on, like, whether any vines need to be pinned in or anything. So yeah, I am excited for it to grow a little bit so that I can cut off these bottom leaves because they are quite damaged, but they've done their job well. And now we have these beautiful new leaves coming in. So yeah, this guy is doing great also. I think that was a couple months ago now that I did the wire pole thing, maybe even longer, probably a couple months ago. So that just goes to show how long it can take to get cuttings established on poles. It was the winter. Now things are speeding up a little bit. We're coming into the growing season. But that's why the chop and extend is so useful, because you don't have to start over again from cuttings and wait months and months for things to get established and for things to start sizing up again. This brings us to our last little project for the day, which is my syngonium frosted heart. So let me go grab her. Actually, I'll bring her to the table and we'll just get all ready to go. Okay, so here she is, and she probably looks a little different since you last saw her because she's lost some lower leaves, but she's grown some new leaves up on the top here. So she has this kind of tree look to her right now. But oh my goodness, I I love her so much. So much. So pretty. Like, look at these leaves. Oh my goodness. So gorgeous. What I've learned about this plant so far is that she seems to be very thirsty. Like, she dries out fairly quickly and she grows fast. So she's already growing over this moss pole, which is why we are going to be taking this apart today, getting her on a rousseau pole, extending the rousseau pole. I'm probably gonna cut this leaf off too because it's on its way out. Maybe I'll just pull it off here. There we go. Yeah, I've just been removing the damaged leaves. All right, so how am I even gonna do this? Well, I don't need to really save this pole. I'm probably just gonna recycle this plastic. So I'm gonna go grab some scissors so that we can just cut it off. And yeah, I'm just gonna cut these. Oop. Oh, okay, that was easy. Now it's like all just coming. So I'm gonna pull that out. I am gonna have to unpot this to actually get it on a new pole. So I'm gonna lay it down. Let me think about how this is gonna work. I want to save this potting mix because it isn't very old. I haven't had this plant for very long, so let me just kind of dig it out of here. Oh, it's warm. It's been sitting in the south-facing window. Okay. She actually has a lot of roots that are kind of dead. But she also has healthy roots that have grown in. I'm always getting soil in my tea. Okay, I actually just thought of something that I think might work. Should I just chop it? Because it's naked down here anyways. And it has roots. It has aerial roots. So I think I might just chop the bottom off. Then we don't have to worry about removing any of the dead roots. I'm gonna remove some of this moss and see what we're working with here. Then I'll decide. Oh my gosh, these roots are like going so far down. Oh my goodness, yeah, okay, I'm gonna chop this because I think we're gonna have a good root system. It's my shears. I'm just gonna chop probably right, let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna chop right here. Wait, is this a good root? Oh, that is a good root. Okay, I'll chop underneath then. I'll chop right here. That makes the most sense, right? I feel like this is the most sense I've made all day in this video. I'm not here to give information or guidance. I am here to just hang out as your plant bestie while we do plant things together. So I don't claim to have the knowledge, okay? We just figure this out. We just figure things out as we go. My gosh, this root is crazy. Hello? Are you well? Oh, the end is white. Oh my gosh, okay. Okay. Well, okay, I guess I'll take the rest of this moss off. I might as well just freshen the moss while we're here. Okay, some of the roots, it's so hard to tell with this plant for some reason. It's gonna be okay though. I think it's gonna be just fine, honestly. Maybe I'll put her into Molly's too. Or should I just use that mix? No, I think I'm gonna do Molly's. I think she's gonna love it. She deserves it. Wait, this is gonna be in the moss pole, so maybe I'll just leave the moss on that part. Okay, please hold. This is moss I'm reusing from the Monstera esqueleto. Okay. My goodness, I need a tea break. So I just need to get this situated here the way I want it. And then I'll try to close it up. Okay, I think this is gonna work. I'm gonna close up the middle buckle first. There we go. Wow. Okay, this is so cool. It's working. Oh, it's so satisfying when something actually works. Just gonna add a little bit more moss into here because I can see an aerial root poking out. Okay, now we're ready to pot it up. It's attached to the pole. We have this root system that I'm gonna be keeping. And I guess I'm just gonna use the same pot again. Wait, where's my potting mix? Okay, just gonna do the same thing. Add some potting mix to the bottom of the pole. Okay. Oh shoot, I didn't even think about this leaf. Let's just pop them out. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's fine. That looks amazing. I'm so happy with it. What a glow up already. It looks so amazing. Okay, I'm gonna bring this to the sink and give it a water through with Super Thrive again, just like the rest, just to reduce shock and to promote root growth. And then I'm just gonna pop this back in the window. It lives in the south window, so it's very happy there. And then I'm going to clean up this big mess. Oh my gosh, there's stuff all over the floor, all over the table, just everywhere. So yeah, I have a lot of work ahead of me here. Thank you so much for joining me on this moss pole adventure. I feel like I learned a lot, and that's the important thing. So yeah, thank you for hanging out. I hope that you enjoyed. Leave me a comment down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and want to see more. Make sure you subscribe for Plenty content. I upload every Monday and Thursday. Other than that, I will see you in the next one. Bye.